Hi there, it's Russ from GFN Gaming, and today it's going to be a challenge video. My friend Phil from Wargamers Anonymous is press ganging his friends into collecting fantasy armies. Phil runs a channel for mainly historic minis and has a great hobby Discord server that runs some great monthly hobby challenges, and I'll put the links in the comments below, so make sure you check it out. With the news that the end times are being unended, I guess, and Warhammer Fantasy will be returning, and my friend Phil from Wargamers Anonymous is really keen to start collecting a fantasy army. In the similar style to the White Dwarf's Tale of Four Gamers, a few of us are going to be building, painting, and playing with a fantasy army, but using the Warhammer Fantasy 6th edition rules. It's sort of a challenge. Phil is kind of the unofficial hobby police of the group, and we're going to be trying to do this within a month, giving a nice amount of time for life to get in the way. My army of choice is going to be Skaven. They were one of my first introductions into the hobby when my older brother collected a Skaven army for Warhammer Fantasy, most likely 4th, 5th or 6th edition. I've always loved the models he's had, and since then I've always harboured a desire to get some myself. We're going to be building up 500 points each, building, painting and getting them all done before we move on to the next 500, hopefully having some games in between. When the challenge was issued by Phil, I immediately knew I wanted to do a Skaven army, but I had no idea about how a 6th edition Warhammer Fantasy army worked, and so started looking through the Skaven Codex to find out what 500 points would look like. Long story short, it's about 61 rats. For 6th edition Skaven, you need a base of clan rats, so you always have to have an equal number of clan rats units to your special units. For example, if I want to run 2 units of Plague Months, I need 2 units of clan rats. So 1 unit of Gutter Runners and 1 unit of Plague Monks would still be just 1 unit of clan rats, but I'm going to need to have them. Anyway, armed with this new information, I checked my pile of shame and found that I already had 1 full unit of clan rats. They were, however, based on round bases. Now, Phil and half of the internet will hate me forever for this, but I'm going to proceed with round bases. I'll pause here and allow you a moment of respectful hatred. I don't like square bases. You can have another moment here. Personally, I like the look of a circular base. I think it frames a model better, and it also means that I'll be able to use the models in other gaming systems far easier than if they were on the square bases. I like Warcry, and along the same time that I got the 6th edition Codex for Skaven, I also picked up the Skaven cards at the same time so I could run a Skaven Warcry band. Anyway, with this decided, and after many awkward conversations with Phil, who is so invested in square bases, I wonder if an ancestor designed the square, and he still gets royalties, but anyway, regardless, I went and got some movement trays so that I can still play rank and file as fantasy requires. Let's have a look at my army. So my first 500 points of 6th edition Skaven is as follows. 2 20-man units of clan rats. Both units have a command team for an additional 25 points, which consists of a claw leader, a standard bearer and a musician, and 1 unit will be equipped with just hand weapons while the other one will have a spear each for an additional 1 point per model. This will be a total of 270 points out of my first 500, so quite a nice chunk. I really like Clan Pestilins and I love the Plague Monks, so I went for a 20-man unit of these, also with the command option for a total of 145 points. To finish off the first 500 points, or at least 485, I went for a hero model and I went for a Plague Priest for 70 points. You can give them additional hand weapons and magic items that'll get me closer to that 500. Which means my first 500 points of Skaven is 61 rats. So luckily I already had 20 clan rats, so I was off to a good start, or I don't know if that's a good start, I don't collect them, so why would I have 20 of them? But anyway, I had a look around on eBay for models that I wanted, but I ended up going for a start collecting box for the Age of Sigmar Skaven Clan Pestilins and another box of clan rats. This box gave me enough to fill out the next 500 points of my list pretty comfortably as well. The box comes with 20 Plague Monks and also a Plague Priest as part of the Plague Furnace. It's a lot of Plague stuff. And as the Plague Furnace isn't an option in 6th edition, it made it a pretty easy choice, so I opted for making this Plague Priest and the Monks from this set, leaving the Screaming Bell and the Warp Lightning Thrower until my next 500 points. The Plague Monk set also comes with 16 giant rats, which I ended up doubling on to 25mm bases for a pack of giant rats, which will be part of my next expansion to the army. I also managed to get the full army built and based, as the challenge really started with the painting, as most of the items people were getting were pre-built and purchased on eBay. So this is it, this is the full 500 point list that I've got first. Hopefully we'll be having some live streams where these get painted up and you can join us. And then we'll check back in to see if we've managed to get everything finished. This is going to be a lot of rats to paint, but I'm kind of looking forward to it, so we'll see you in the next video.